Hi. So today I get to paint. I'm so happy to be painting. Everything is all over the place and I've just moved house and it was a big move and there's a lot to do and it's okay. Just the joy of painting. It's the first day of my cycle. So I thought that I would start a new pattern, and that pattern, though it might not be every day, it could be the first day of my cycle. So before I moved house from Orobi Gorge, which is in the mountains, to Umzumbi, which is by the coast, I painted these two paintings. And right now I'm focusing in on this one. And when I say I painted them, I really just messed around with paint. I messed around with paint and I put paint. I had painted something on them already for the wabi-sabi, but it wasn't what I was going to use for the wabi-sabi. See, when I paint, if I'm painting and I need 2 paintings, I'll paint maybe 5 paintings because I don't want the pressure of just creating one perfect painting. I want to turn up and create 3 paintings and then choose my favorite one. So that's what these 2 paintings were about. So then after the Wabi Sabi exhibition, I had these 2 paintings and then I wanted to play with paint, which is what I love to do. Look at that, I just love playing with paint. I played with more paint and before I really dove into being an artist and what is an artist and what sort of artist am I really put pressure on myself to choose, what to paint. But there was something that was always consistent in the work that I did, and that was my pareidolia. I have spoken about this before, but not in this space. So pareidolia is the art of making sense out of random shapes. And when I really started getting into discovering what kind of artist I was, I really discovered that I had always been into my pareidolia. What stopped me from being really into pareidolia was a few instances where people had said, "Oh, what is that?" And it was an incomplete idea, and for them, that wasn't art. Whatever it was, what was for them was art, was for them. Maybe they like landscapes or portraits or something from a photograph or something in a museum. But what I was doing for them wasn't art. But I took all that to heart and I didn't really embrace my pareidolia. I didn't even know there was a word for pareidolia. So when I really started getting into I am an artist, I took a deep dive and I used the internet. I took a deep dive to find other artists like me. And what I discovered is that Leonardo da Vinci used to get his students, he didn't call them students, but his students, he would get them to use the clouds as inspiration. And it was called pareidolia at that time. It's a Greek word. I'd have to look it up again to tell you right now what that actually means. But yeah, of course it comes from the Greek language, as everything respectfully does. So then I really started looking into it. What is pareidolia? And I looked into some of the history of it. And pareidolia had actually been given a bit of a bad rap in that when they were putting people into insane asylums and that sort of thing, it was the mark of someone who was crazy. You know, the history of art really goes through, that it really was meant to be and seen for a godly thing, and that God had given you, this incredible gift of art. And what you should be doing with that is painting godly images. And anything other than that wasn't really acceptable. So at the time when they were putting people into insane asylums, it was sort of seen as something insane people did. So, of course, in the history books and the art books, I had never heard of pareidolia. So now, I broke it down and discovered how to say it. And then I broke it down and I discovered how to spell it. And then I started, after all of that, recalling it. So when I was talking about it, I could remember the word pareidolia. And, it's a bit of a word, isn't it? But so I was grasping the word. And I was grasping my place in it and the art that I do in the realm of pareidolia. And this is it. This is the wonderful way in which I paint. And now that I know how I paint, I must say there is no pressure at all. I can simply enjoy what I enjoy, which is playing with paint. And really that's it. There's no pressure to create anything. And when something amazing happens, it's generally because I had a great time. And when people, for whatever reason, fall in love with that painting, I think they must get a sense that I was having a good time. So here I am, painting. And I've got this lovely channel where I get to share these wonderful ideas and thoughts and the joys of painting with you. I'm so glad you're here and enjoying paint in your own way, whether you're watching it, doing it, inspired by it. We are so creative. And to turn up on a regular basis to do your art is the most joy-giving thing I know. It really is. Relieves stress, relieves pressure, burden, anxiety. Thanks for watching.